If you're wearing a dress, please cross your legs.
I can see everything. Jay, do not approach me like we're not big deals now. I'm wearing my hat and my glasses.
Dude, one interview a summer and suddenly you think you're some big deal.
Dude, we interviewed the whole cast
It's so
of
true.
Rick and Morty. Well, three out of the
They,
5.
they voice like a ton of different characters. I would love to interview Jerry, though.
You are a Jerry.
Dude,
You're my
Jerry is in so many things. You don't realize it until later. He's in 30 Rock. He's in...
Well, he was SNL. He was the start of all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. He's in the new Fallout. He's in like a million things. He's in Hot Rod. Okay, quick aside. We're going to talk about FanX today, but quick aside, Johnny. My mom, we're watching Hot Rod when I'm like 15,
Okay.
and my mom comes into the room on the very scene that like it's like the dirtiest scene of the whole film. It's with that guy, and he's describing a tattoo on his belly button. If you know the scene, you know the scene. And my mom stops what she's doing, looks over at us, and goes, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, of all the scenes in the film, I felt comfortable with every scene with you except for one. This is the only one I don't feel comfortable.
It always happens that way. It's Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
It happens to everything.
The scene when my mom walks in.
And you're just, even when you're 40, it still is going to happen. You watch this scene and your mom's going to pop in.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Mom.
I'll do it, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
You need to take it
I'll
easy.
go on Hollywood now.
I'm flustered.
Making Jay uncomfortable, as always. But we did nights. We had our best FanX ever.
Dude, FanX was so good.
So good. All 2 days.
I know. Dude, I'm going to shame you. So you're going to shame me about not being able to get Friday off. And I'm going to shame you about not showing up on Thursday. Johnny's like sending me these messages. So I was a little late on Friday.
I made it Thursday. You came in like a real job. You came in later on Thursday.
Yeah, but Thursday it starts at 4. So if I showed up at 6, it wasn't a big deal.
It was a little deal. But yeah. But
But
Friday.
on Friday, it was like Johnny's there at noon, and he's like, "I'm burning myself out, man. You gotta get down
gotta
here.
hurry.
There's so many people." And I'm like, "I'm trying."
Yeah,
Okay,
it
give
was
us the
crazy.
full story on Thursday though, because you did show up a little early.
So I try to get our passes nights. We get cool press badges. So I went in and tried to find it. It's easier to find it. There's always a long, complicated way to find it. I found it easier this time. We get this nice special entrance going. And we found out last year that there's the special room for press badges. And so after FanX the first time we got our press badges, we found out we could ask for interviews. We found out we could, the little press room. So I got so psyched.
I know. You think like they're like, "Oh, we have an executive press room for you."
And I swear they talked about like water and there was like candy. Like I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great, Jay."
It was so sad.
It was the worst room.
My wife can testify. The lights like weren't working. It was like
It was so
flickering.
bad.
It was like it was straight out of What We Do in the Shadows, the familiar room.
There was just one little long area for the bathroom. And
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, you're standing on it, the trough, whatever. It
Yeah,
is.
trough.
You're standing in the bathroom. It was dark. Like no one was moving. There's 15 chairs. For
People
some
were
reason.
so depressed. It's
It
like,
was
guys, we're
sad.
at FanX.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Shout out to you if you were one of our other press badge members. Maybe you saw it, but that room like sucked the
It was
energy
so
out
bad.
of you. It was so funny.
The whole reason is to get quiet. If you want a little quiet room to type, that's great because no one's in there.
Yeah.
Or if you need a charge or eat lunch, that's all they were doing there.
Yeah.
But if we were gonna eat, we would go out on the floor.
Dude, it
get
was
the
so
atmosphere.
dark though. That was the funny thing is you walked in and it was like 4 shades lighter than all the rest of the convention.
Pitch black.
Like
you
your
couldn't
your eyes had to adjust it when you left it.
And the premise is too, like maybe you could interview there or someone like
Yeah.
you're not taking anyone there.
No. Take them
But
there to
thanks
get
for the
murdered.
room. Yeah. Thanks, FanX.
I know, we're dropping a hint here. Can we have a little bit of a nicer room next year, guys? Come on. Help us out. Help a
Just
brother
a
out.
little bit. But that was the highlight of Thursday, right?
No, it was
That
not the
depressing.
highlight.
I know.
The real highlight was that we're celebrity interviewers
We're
now.
huge. We found out we can ask permission, and we did.
Yeah. FanX is like, you can ask, and if they say yes, if the actors say yes, you can do whatever you want to them, including interview them. And I was like, great.
Yeah. So nights, there's this celebrity row in
Yes.
the back, and that's where they sit for autographs. That's how they make their money.
Right.
So we don't want to, you have to strategically do it right, where you don't interrupt them making their signing, their picture money, not to ruin their flow there.
Yeah, exactly. So we did do that. Like we waited for a break and we asked, hey, they have a handler. We asked the handler, like, hey, we're with the press. Can we
Interview.
interview
3
them
minutes.
just like 30 seconds? And he's like, oh, I don't know. Let me ask the agent. And
Yeah.
this is the best part. The agent is like walking by, like dealing with something. Like I think he's on the phone and talking to someone. And he like is like 1 sec. He talks to the person, and then he looks to us, and they ask him real quick, "Can we do this?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Okay, yeah, just wave us over.
And so we're like, "Great, the agent gave us permission." Like loophole. So legit, like we kept telling the handlers like, "Oh, the agent gave us permission. You have the same agent," because he had the whole row.
Yeah.
And we were so excited because these are people that we've listened to and idolized and brought into our homes for years.
Oh yeah, like anyone knows Morty's voice, Rick's voice, Summer.
Yes.
Summer's her real voice. It didn't
Yes.
change anything.
Yeah.
But it was like, we've been doing this for years, and this was the first time people were like, wait, who did you interview? Wait,
Yeah.
what was that?
So we did Rick first, the new voice of Rick, which
Yeah.
is like spot on. I can't tell the difference.
No. We got him to burp.
Yeah, that was
iconic.
crazy. The
Yeah.
fact that you asked him to do that, I was like, oh, I bet he gets this all the time. He's still
he
young.
was so for it. He was
Yeah,
so for it.
he loved it.
Yeah.
He was so into it. These guys were real performers.
And what was great was right after when we went to Morty, his handler's like, I saw you guys. Yeah, you're good.
Come on over here, because there was another break there, and so we were really excited about that. And we looked so professional because my wife's got her lens and her gimbal, and we bought a brand new cinema lens for this. Anyway,
Yeah.
but it was really cool.
We didn't look like year one FanX.
Yeah,
where we
we're
almost
like,
broke up.
we've got the phone in your face, shooting horizontal.
What are we doing? We don't know what to do. What, 2K camera? Not even that. What was 420?
It's 4K,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
like 420.
Or maybe it's 1080, I don't
Our
know.
iPhones back in the day, 5 years ago.
Oh,
was
I know.
different.
So
the
bad.
quality.
720.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Who knows?
And we somehow still survived.
Dude, okay, so Morty was so kind, but we asked him a question, and thankfully Liza edited this, but we asked him, like, who are you most starstruck about? And it, like, shocked his world. I loved it so much, because he started, like, rubbing his head, and he had to, like, I could see he's going through every name he'd met that day. And then he came up with, who did he come up with? Was it Doc? No, it was Lord of the Rings, I think.
Probably.
Another one for Lord
they
of the
were
Rings.
right across the aisle from
No,
Lord
no,
of
no.
the Rings.
He did the voice of the boogeyman in Princess and the Frog, the Voodoo Man. He's in Community.
Oh, yeah. The one who does, I forgot his name, but yes.
Yes.
We'll edit in name.
Yeah, edit in a name here. Show a face. He's the best. Keith David, I think, is his name.
I'll take it.
It's not Keith David. It's Keith something.
As they can tell, our producer isn't here and we don't have our little cheat sheet, so it's going to be great.
Yeah, Guillermo's gone. What the heck?
Yeah.
We lost him in the familiar room. He liked it.
He liked it too much. We'll get him back, though. It's the last season of Shadows, sad.
Yeah.
So we'll get him back more.
Is it weird to be in front of the camera with me? I get to look into your caramel eyes and melt.
I know. I remember now why we did remote casting.
Yeah,
Makes more sense.
It's the smell.
I realized that I am 7 inches shorter, so I can feel it.
Yeah, right. No way.
It's just because we're lazy and we love it.
Dude, we had to do a photo shoot today, and I bought some new mics, so it was like, let's test out our new gear.
And I just love driving my truck, so I'm like, I'll go.
We love taking photos of Johnny. He's got this new bod.
I have built
when
by
we
me.
started, when we started, it was a different Johnny,
It's the same me, just more facial hair apparently now.
You were in your like Metro Man phase.
Metro Man, I like it.
Yeah, you were in your
Metropolis.
music man phase.
Music
Now
Man,
you're
yeah.
back to Metro Man.
Yeah. Now I'm going back to all.
I'm trying to
sides.
chase you.
It's still there. It's still there. We're all over the place. I love it. So that was Thursday. We discovered that Thursday isn't as busy. The way that FanX has always gone is Thursday night is the opening night. People are still working, so Thursday's not as busy where we have more time to interview people.
Dude, it's always been that way where it hasn't been that busy.
On Thursday, yeah.
And Thursday was basically Saturday.
Friday was Saturday too. But so
Yeah.
Friday, so long run, Friday's a little bit worse, and then Saturday's always a nightmare. That's how it's
Yeah.
been historically. But we forgot the most important reason why Thursday was massive. Lord of the Rings was there.
Oh, I was going to say, because Utah's full of nerds.
Utah's full of nerds.
And we've caught on.
And there was school on, and and people recognized us, which was fun.
Dude, that was crazy. So going back to celebrities, though, we did see the Lord of the Rings cast.
Yeah, their
We
line
saw
was massive.
Doc
which is great.
Brown. We see people every year. We
Yeah.
saw Newman.
Yeah, Newman.
They're, we always see them, we wave, and they're like, oh.
Yeah, they're probably like, move it along, nerds.
But we found our own little corner where it was super quiet. And the best part of it, this was my favorite interview. Maybe you feel differently.
No, Mihawk is my favorite.
Oh, Mihawk from One Piece.
There was not a more genuinely nice human we've ever met in
Yeah.
our life. Like, he was just there. And we got him at the right time where we just kept going.
Yeah.
Like,
He kept going.
yeah. So Summer's agent got kind of annoyed because we were like 30 seconds. Like, all right, yeah, 30 seconds. And then a line started forming because she kept talking, and you don't cut them off. If they want to talk to you, you let them talk.
Yeah, so we just smile and nod.
Yeah,
But we
yeah, keep
didn't
going.
encourage it. We
Yeah.
just smile and nod.
We were like, she's going, and we love it. She was so nice to us. Yeah, and she even liked our post, so thank you.
Oh my gosh, dude, how cool was that to wake up to that?
Oh, we made it. We knew we made it.
I know. The fact that she even knows we exist, it's
Yeah.
like,
I mean, she forgot the second she liked it, but still, we
yeah,
appreciate
but we
it.
didn't. That's the crazy thing is it's like one kind word or one like from some of these celebs can make your whole year.
Oh yeah. I mean, it all
And for
works
them,
out.
it, you know,
Means
it's
nothing.
yeah, and I kind of love that though.
Yeah, it's great. They were really nice, and they gave us a great first experience, which is bad because now we're gonna hound everybody next year.
Oh, I know. I'm already, I've already started.
Oh, yeah. But Mihawk was the best part about it, he's South African. His handler, because we were waiting for him to free up because he was a good talker, so he's talking to his fans.
And
His handler was so polite too. We talked to her for like 5 minutes.
this is the unfortunate side effect. So I'm not bad mouthing anyone. It's just the way it is. It's just reality. The person he was interacting with right before us wouldn't even look at him. And I think it was probably just a social thing, which is okay.
They are. Most nerds are basement dwellers.
Yeah, let's paint with a broad
yes,
brush.
yes.
Yeah. So the
We're
guy
broad. We're
couldn't even really
basement
look at him, was kind of handing him stuff, and Mihawk was kind of trying to engage and it wasn't happening, which for me and you is great because when we come in, we are like...
We're in your face.
Yeah.
Hey, look at us, please.
You want to perform for us?
Yeah.
Do a burp. Eat the soap.
To be fair, Rick did have the little Perel soda water right there, so he knew it was coming.
He'd put it out. He basically said, ask me.
He was like, here it is.
Yes.
Here it is, nerds.
Yeah, Mihawk was so good, though.
Just the nicest, genuinely great aura of a human.
Even after we stopped filming, he called out our camera woman.
Which is so rare.
And called her forward and said, hey, let's chat for a minute.
You're so helpful. And
he was like, how did you even get involved in this? Like, what have you,
And then you just show your hand. Sucker.
Yeah. Well, the thing that people don't know is I pay my wife to be married to me. So,
I get a secondhand sum for it.
Yeah. We call it my wife fee.
That's what that is on the write-off?
Yeah,
I was wondering what I signed that LLC for. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
I should really read more of those notes you make me sign.
I know. The technicalities.
But that was great because that was such a good experience. We wanted more, and we'll get more into it tonight. It's just someone had a real day job over here and couldn't get there until 6, so more people showed up.
Yeah.
Because our one goal was the John Smith from... Not John Smith. John Stewart.
Yeah, John Stewart.
The
So the voice of John Stewart from Justice League Unlimited. And he does voice work over a ton of stuff. You'd recognize something he's done.
And he was on Mad TV too back in the day.
I think he's in Halo.
He could be in Halo.
I think he's
he does a lot of great voices. And we were stoked to see him. The problem is his manager wasn't there at the time and there was a big line, so we didn't want to.
Well, his manager was like, oh yeah, exactly.
That was just a volunteer.
The handler was like,
the volunteer. He's just a volunteer. Panic. I don't know.
I don't think there was a line. I think we went over intentionally and there was no line and we're like, hey, with
he
the
was
press.
talking to somebody. I know because we could have interrupted, but
we
don't want to sour our FanX
We're
experience.
Could we can ask his agent real quick, and the guy's like, I don't know where he is.
Panic. Hard words.
Good for them. The volunteers there. Good on them. That would be a hard job. To have to interact with people like us, where we're just
non-stop.
Like, whoa.
Look at our badges. We got badges.
We're like SpongeBob, coming out of who knows where.
And just in their face.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was just Thursday.
Dude, I know. And the crazy thing is Friday and Saturday, the lines were so long for any of Celebrity Row.
It was disgusting. I think
vendors on Thursday was insane. So we actually snuck away to Celebrity Row, and that's how we got these opportunities.
Yeah. They were waiting, I think, for the Lord of the Rings to come out, maybe some of them, so they were just shopping. And you shop early. Thursday, you kind of want to see what's out there. Yeah. To not oversaturate yourself, because you do go all 3 days. So we were able to not see our vendor friends, but we were able to see our future celebrity friends. Yeah.
It made it's so funny because every year we learn something new, and we always debate do we go back to not the panel, we want to get a panel.
A panel we're gonna do.
Yes. But we also go back to should we do a booth again? Is it worth it?
Yeah. Do we just live cast the whole time? Do we?
Yeah.
People come to us. They don't.
Do we hire someone to run our booth for us while we work the ground?
We do run around and they just send out our promo stuff.
We thought about all these options, but this year it was we need to be on the ground for sure. Yeah. Boots on the ground.
That's the most fun we ever had. Just jibber jabbering and walking around.
Yeah, and it was fun to see celebrities' eyes light up as you ask them, who are you starstruck about?
Oh, yeah. They love to talk about
Mihawk would talk about, people that, in his own life he'd interacted with or was going to, and, he would do impressions for us. If you haven't seen the video, this is your commercial to go watch the Mihawk interview.
Yeah. They're all great interviews. Anything we did from FanX was amazing.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. So tell me about Friday. Is that everything you wanted on Thursday?
That's Thursday. Thursday is a good, usually 3-4 hours. We usually just get the lay of the land. What are we going to do? We like to set up our interviews with just the common muggles.
Yeah.
But that's usually on a Friday, which isn't as bad typically. Yeah. But yeah, that was our Thursday. Great Thursday. We got to rest. I'm lucky enough I control my schedule. I was able to get Friday off, so I was able to get there at noon,
Yeah.
12:30, yeah, something like that. And you got there a little later, but you still got there early.
I got off at like 3.
Yeah, it's still.
So I was
still
there.
enough time.
I was there at like 4.
And even then on a Friday, most people still work. They still have school. It just happened to be where high school was out too, so there was more people than normal.
Dude, it was crazy.
Lord of the Rings had
I
a
couldn't
panel
believe
on
it.
Thursday, and then photos. They had photos, I think, all weekend. Honestly,
Yeah.
they were there all weekend. So it was. I think they projected 100,000 tickets were sold. Like that was
Dude,
crazy.
it had to
all
been
3
more.
days.
It had to been more.
It was just crazy. So we have our local train station called the Tracks, and we were riding that to get around our downtown area, and it was shaking. That's how full it was. It was out of control.
Dude, yeah, we were definitely pushing the limits on what that machine can handle.
I love it. They learned their lesson. So that was our third day, so we got pumped. And typically Friday, we're like, let's do our trivia stuff we like to do. Let's talk about people who cosplay and run into old friends.
Dude, it was basically nonstop. So some highlights. I think the big highlight for me on Friday was the fudge guy.
No one would ever steal our shield guy heart. Nights, let's rewind back to when we first started this.
So
years ago at the Renaissance.
2022? No, it was earlier
2020.
than that.
Just probably
It was
2020 or 2021.
Yeah,
No,
2020. Let's say 2020.
I think it was
It was
pre-pandemic.
pre-COVID.
Yeah, so it had to be 2019, 2018.
2019.
Yeah.
Dude.
It was.
That's crazy.
It was the first Renaissance fair we went. I think we were just barely casting at the time.
Yeah. We'd only been casting for 6 months.
Yeah, and then there was this. We like to fanboy a lot, and there was this super handsome guy that made shields. So we were obsessed with him for every year we go to Renfrew. We try to find this guy.
His muscles are leaking out of his shirt, and he's just like laughing with us.
Yeah.
So not only is he good looking, but he's high charisma.
Super charismatic.
He's hitting both.
Yeah, and we
so-
just melted.
Yeah, so we're chatting with him, just laughing it up.
And we were wanting to see him again. We never seen him ever again.
We've been chasing that high for 5 years now.
5 years, easy.
And we found a reincarnated version.
I like to say a better version.
Dude, a better version. It
Yeah.
was so funny. So we're going by this fudge booth, and this guy
They
is like,
sell food there.
yeah, they sell food, but normally it's like nerd stuff. It's so
Yeah.
funny. There's just this random fudge booth.
Fudge thing. That is just like a local company that makes gourmet fudge.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm just standing there. I just see Jay just staring at something, and he's like, "Look at this guy," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, look at that guy."
The best part is like Johnny, without almost even speaking, is in tune on what I want to do. I'm like, should we go talk to him? He's like, yeah, let's
We
go
just-
mess with
and
him.
we
Like,
just started talking.
Not mess with in a bad way,
No,
but like,
let's beeline go talk to
Yes,
this guy. Like, I
thank
think
you. Let's go interact with
we
him.
both started moving at the same time towards the not to eat fudge.
it was
which
like,
we love
are you
fudge.
seeing what I'm seeing? Like, this is like, somehow this guy is like undercover. Like, this is a celebrity
Yeah.
who's
He's just
researching
there.
a Hallmark
Yeah,
movie. Something's
that's-
going on.
And that's how we addressed it. So a guy who has to deal with nerds all day is just waiting for us to ask for, we want more fudge.
Yeah.
All excited. And first thing Jay says is, what did you say? Like, you're in the
First
wrong.
thing I goes, Celebrity Rose over there.
And it caught him so off guard.
and then this, grin pops on his face. So just to set the scene for you, he's probably like 6'5". He's probably 200 pounds. Like,
Yeah.
really,
Big
really good
smile.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. High charisma.
Yeah.
Again, like people are gonna wonder about us based on this, just on this
It's
cast
fine.
alone.
It's fine. They don't need to wonder.
Yeah, it's fine.
We appreciate handsome fellas.
Yes, it was so funny though. Yeah, because he just kind of like grins and then I don't know. We make some more jokes. I think you
We
made a joke
interviewed about like, are you getting ready for Hallmark? 'Cause
Yes.
Hallmark actors are generally just good-looking guys that don't really act, but that's who they are.
Yeah.
And,
Are
we
you
film them
prepping
locally.
for
Yeah.
for a lawyer to come from New York and fall in love with the local fudge shop worker?
Because to save Santa, and he just
Yeah.
loved because he knew exactly what we were talking about. He was all for it.
It was funny.
It was a good 4 minutes. He even offered us fudge, but we were so
Yeah. We can't eat in front of
we're
you.
like, no,
We have to shame eat in public, or I mean in private.
we can't. We cannot show you who we really are.
Oh,
So that was a great
bad.
Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, we even got to see our old friend Aaron.
Aaron Lambert,
Lambert, our
whose art
artist.
is all over my fridge.
All
Johnny
over my
finally
room.
saw it all up.
Yeah, my room has all his stuff. We all like to torment him because he's Aquaman.
Dude, he looks so much like Jason Momoa.
And he's big and just big smile, and he still has our swag that we gave him years ago. We gave him sunglasses 4 years ago, and he still has it.
Yeah, he's still rocking it. We need to. Have we given him a shirt? I think we did.
Probably.
I think he still has a
You're
shirt.
good with shirt giving.
Yeah.
So it was so.
Bought more art. Deadpool and Wolverine. There was this big.
Yeah,
thing
we
this
both
year.
got the same art, which is rare. We usually get different.
Yeah, we usually have
concepts.
different tastes.
But we.
Johnny
we were able to see
wants
him.
I don't know, Harley Quinn. No, not Harley Quinn. You want what we do in the shadows. Some I don't know.
I wanted
Dark-haired Eastern European person.
Generic, a
Long-haired.
generic one, a
Yeah.
generic dark hair. I can't tell them apart. So
That's what we do in the shadows. Yeah.
and also me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got to interact with him. We love seeing him. We even texted him before that we were going. We didn't get to see some other friends who weren't in town or didn't put up booths this year, but they will next year. We made new friends too. The shirt. We bought her shirt.
Oh yeah,
That,
sassy shirt lady.
Yeah, she was funny. I even asked him to record B-roll stuff. She's like, I don't care what you do. I'm like, oh, nice.
I'm like trying to like interview her kind of, and she's like sassing me. She's like, are you gonna buy a shirt or not? I'm like,
yes.
Well, I am now, but only because you're so mean to me. Quit being so mean to me, or I'm gonna fall in love with you.
Nick.
Yes.
So that was our Friday. We got to interview a lot of. We did some contests. It was so busy. I think we couldn't even walk. There was parts in the convention center, and we know our way like no other in that convention center. We know exactly where to go. They usually switch up some booths that they didn't have wrestlers this year, thankfully again.
Oh my gosh.
They did have really loud announcements that were bugging our Lego company guy.
Oh,
the brick little miniatures.
We'll talk about him in a sec.
Yeah, he's fun to do. I have my whole wall just full of awesome little.
The amount of
Legos.
money we spent on him.
Yeah, but it's
And every year his kids get older and older. He has
That's
a
true.
son or two that work for him,
Yeah.
and every year it's like when we started this, you were
like 5'2" and
Yeah.
Now you're like 6 foot men.
yeah, exactly. Like you're just about to start college. It's weird.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun when you grew up with them.
Yeah, it kind of is. It's fun every year and I don't know. He recognizes.
He
I don't
knows
know
us,
if the son does.
He probably does, but it feels awkward. 'Cause he's younger.
Yeah.
But he does, and he still gives us his card in case he's not there to get a discount coming back.
I think the son does because when I was paying, I was working with someone else, and the son came over and like it was kind of like a Godfather moment in his ear,
hey,
and the
they're
price
all right.
suddenly went down.
They're okay.
It wasn't that dramatic. I'm
No,
lying.
he literally went up to him and said, "Hail Hydra."
Yeah,
and then we knew exactly. All right, these
exactly.
guys are cool. No better moment than Hail Hydra.
Yeah, exactly. That really did happen where he came over and the price suddenly was
Okay.
lower, but it wasn't a Godfather moment quite so much.
was just Hail Hydra
it was a little more, yeah.
But it was great because it's good because we built up a community around us, so we really like that a lot.
It's fun when people recognize us. The best part of any convention is when I see someone without Johnny, they don't recognize me. And when Johnny sees someone without me, they don't recognize us.
But we're
But
together.
the minute you put it together, they're like, oh, I know them.
It was better too on the way to the tracks. It was probably Friday night.
Yeah.
We were walking out and we talked to these really cool girls. We were just walking there, and then we said something like cool costumes, and they were saying what their cosplay was. And then we said who we were, and then one was like, "Oh, no, who you guys are. I follow you guys." We're like, "Oh, cool. Come find us tomorrow. We'll give you stuff." We believed them.
Yeah.
Why would they lie?
She was it was the most adamant. Like, usually it's like, oh, I think I've heard of you.
Yeah. I've seen your videos.
She was actually genuinely like, I watch your guys' videos.
Yeah, you guys
I know you guys.
funny.
So maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. We are a little generic sometimes.
No, we're not. We're unique.
I
when
think
we're together.
unique.
When we're together,
I think
we
you're
are.
right. I think she had seen us. To be honest.
Yeah.
We've had some videos blow up.
Yeah, we've had random things and
Our FanX videos get, we've had hundreds of thousands of views through FanX. Give us more press badges.
more press badges. We will get it. You're welcome, FanX. Thank you, FanX. We pray the proper authority. We bend the knee to FanX.
Yes. That might be culturally inappropriate. I don't know what culture,
Bending the knee. We bend the knee. We can bend the knee.
I like that.
Yeah, we bend the knee. To the overlords of FanX.
I like that.
Yeah, bend the
this is
knee.
like a fantasy thing.
Yeah,
so it's fantasy
It's
inappropriate.
fantasy. It really, it's
Yeah.
we bend the knee to Khaleesi. I always
Oh.
did. I didn't need that. I just bend the knee. Whatever you want, Queen.
This is a good save, Johnny.
Yeah.
I thought I was firing.
No. I that's why we're together. It makes it easier. I don't have to quickly text you like stop. Stop you in real time.
You know how to derail a conversation in a good
And then
way.
overrail it.
I should say rail. If a
Re-rail.
conversation is about to get derailed, you re-rail it.
I'll re-rail it, and then you
I will not tell a personal story on this, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't, but we'll Hell Hydra later. It'll be fine.
Okay, yeah.
But that is fun though, because we always, like, I'll get recognized from my day job sometimes, and then Jay will get recognized for something else, but we never get recognized from the cast
Yes.
at FanX, where it should be where we live. So anytime people do appreciate it or they think it's fun,
It was a cool moment. I don't know if we gave her anything. I think we told her, come find us and we'll give you something, and then
Yeah.
she never did.
or maybe she could have. We're really bad at replying messages sometimes, especially day of.
Yeah.
It's just hard for us to interact. So we apologize. Find us and we will do it. Like, even if you didn't see us, say you saw us, we'll love to give you stuff. We always have pens, stickers,
Yeah.
high fives. High fives are free.
One cool thing we've started to see is when we post our videos, they're big enough now that people will comment and say, hey, that's me. Either they're following FanX or maybe they started
see it,
following
yeah.
us, but or naturally the algorithm shows them. But yeah, we've started to have people comment, hey, I was this, or
That was
hey,
me.
I was that. Yeah.
And we're like, cool, your cosplay was sick. I'm like, thanks.
And they get tons. Anyway, it's fun to have the interaction and people, deliver that.
And we
for
see
people.
like repeated cosplay. They'll remember us. Like, oh yeah, you guys talked to us last year. And because
Yes.
they're so good at it, we want to talk to them again.
Yeah, we had that with Lord of the Rings. There was Sauron and
Oh, that's
Gandalf,
right,
and
that's
they
right. They
said,
say it all the
"Oh,
time.
I was."
Yeah.
It was so funny. He goes, I was Fat Wayne. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, one, you're not fat. And two, that's not what we thought of. Just say Wayne. It was really funny.
Yeah.
He was a genuinely funny guy.
It works great. And we had the
Little
Boba Fett.
self-deprecating.
Yeah, we had Boba
Oh,
Fett.
yeah.
Those guys that were, but they were the same thing all the time. But it's so good that we love talking to them.
Yeah. Okay, since we're on the topic of cosplayers, give me a top 5 real quick. Let me start. As you're thinking, let me start and steal one that you're going to want to
You're
use.
gonna say Captain America.
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
I was
okay.
going to say Bender.
Bender was great. He
Probably
was a
my
funny
number
dude.
one.
Yeah. Because he had the inside had stuff, and he had
And he
his
was
little card in
stealing,
it.
and yeah. And he had his, whatever, what is
beer
Ben,
that he
yeah,
drinks?
it's
Yeah,
beer, but
yeah.
I don't remember. There's a Futurama specific beer. Anyway,
Yeah, it could be.
he had that, and
Yeah, and he would just walk
I
around
love
like this.
stealing. It was a really good Bender. Best I've ever
He's a
seen.
great guy, and he had his card there, so we can exchange cards. It's our new thing now. We just give cards.
Yeah, exactly.
We turn into Gambit and just.
I need you to figure out how to like.
Dude, yeah, I'll just flick it to him and then hit someone in the eye and be like, "Oh, follow us," and then run away. But don't sue us, huh?
Thank goodness we have an LLC.
Thank you for that. Yes, it helps. I like the Captain America wing one. I don't know exactly which one it was, but the mechanics of his wing was amazing. So we
It was
retracted. And came back.
probably a 9-foot wingspan.
Yeah.
That he could retract down.
And he had to be out on the hallway a lot of times just because they're so
couldn't
full
fit.
there. Yeah, he couldn't fit in there. So people who because that's their whole con. They don't get to enjoy talking to other people. They don't get to buy things, but they do get the admiration of their hard work.
Yeah.
Of their outfits that they put in the cosplay, and we get to appreciate it. So it was great.
There was a really good Ridley. I loved it. I don't know if you remember this, where she had the
the mechanics
suit.
Ridley. Yeah,
from
yeah.
Alien.
Yeah, that was a good Ridley.
Believe it or not.
Ooh. The Deadpool's always amazing. When we had the actual Deadpool guy with the little unicorn.
Oh, dude, he was so
with
good.
With the dead Wolverine on.
So he had the adamantium skeleton of Wolverine, and he was going around on a little. Was it a tricycle or a unicorn?
No, I think it was a unicorn.
A little
It's one
unicorn.
where you can maneuver with
And
it.
so he's going through on his little thing, and he starts talking to us and
And he's
swiping
super
at us.
outgoing, so you could tell he's getting ready for this. Yeah, he got in character.
It was. It's amazing. So of all the accurate comic suits, I feel like Deadpool is the craziest one to me because you can get the eyes to look so Deadpool-y. You know what I mean?
You see through, yeah, I can see that.
You can do that with Batman too, but it's a little different.
A lot of those Batman ones too, they don't put the right black powder, or they cover it over, and it's hard to see. It's hard for everybody.
A Deadpool can look literally like Ryan Reynolds could be in there, and you would never be the wiser.
Yeah. And a lot of them do that. They'll do things on the bigger San Diego Comic Cons just to get around.
Whereas even with bat suits, it's like they kind of look like Ben in the bat suit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
on
you
Parks
can't
and
tell.
Rec,
Yeah,
like it
just go in, yeah.
Yeah, it's
because it covers the whole face.
Right, and sometimes they're a little baggy, or I don't know.
So it's easy to go.
We saw some good
They're not all
Batman,
Adam West. It's 100% Adam West in there.
Oh yeah, Adam West.
Yeah, he didn't need a bath suit. He didn't need to say he's Batman.
I love
He's
Adam
got in the
West.
room and you knew he was Batman. And he said that on Big Bang. Best line he's ever said about Batman.
We saw a really good. It was actually kind of sad. We saw a really good Professor McGonagall and Snape.
Oh yeah.
They're a married couple. I'm pretty sure in years past they do Galaxy Quest.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's them.
I can see them. Yeah.
Remember, there's hundreds of thousands of people there.
Yeah.
It's hard to know, but it looks like them. Anyway.
But they were great because they didn't break. Like we kept
were in
saying
character
stuff.
the
They
whole
would
time.
not break with us, and we were just like, just come on, just do this.
And we even made a joke like Minerva and Snape,
Yeah,
Severus.
you guys
is a
should not
little
be together.
scandalous. And they're like, well, you know.
Yeah, they were watching the little kids.
There was like a
daycare.
kid panel,
which is really cool
for Harry Potter,
Yeah.
and they were and the costumes were like perfect replicas.
And they had the
And
wands with the lights.
She looked just like him. But what was sad was the next day, the actress who plays McGonagall passed away.
Oh yeah.
So it was kind of sad.
That
It was kind
timing.
of cool though. It was an
Good
interesting
homage.
timing where
Yeah.
it was interesting for us to see her, and then Maggie Smith passes away next day.
We will do. You had a great idea. I love giving you credit when you do
Okay.
stuff. Of us chasing
First
down.
one.
Yeah, chasing down. And this goes back to cosplay moment. Let's call it a cosplay moment.
Okay.
Where you were chasing down. You brought in figurines of the cosplay, and we wanted to give it to the best rendition of the cosplayer.
Yeah,
Thought that
there were
was
two
genius.
cool moments with that.
There was. We have the same coolest moment, so we'll let you say and then we can both talk about the best.
Well, are you
moment.
going to talk about Wolverine?
Of course, that's the.
Okay, well, I have a different. I actually have a different
really,
one.
that was one
Okay.
of my favorite moments that we've had in FanX. So the Wolverine one, right? We actually had a hard time finding Wolverine. It was Friday. We thought it was such a big movie. There's always Deadpool. We would find Wolverine in like 2 seconds.
What's funny is
So you had a Funko Pop. Sorry, you had a Funko Pop.
we did a Funko Pop
Yeah.
of Deadpool, and Deadpool was like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. He was like, cool, thanks, guys.
I was in my head, I'm like, I don't even know if this was worth it.
Yeah. Because we found him really fast, and he had
Yeah,
him, and he
there
was
were a
like,
lot of Deadpools.
yeah, and he was like, cool, thanks, and I'm like, yeah, cool, and that was
He
it.
wasn't very outgoing.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is okay. I wasn't expecting
Some of
a
them are
Deadpool
socially
kiss.
awkward, and then
Yeah,
we
I
just
think that was
approach
it.
them. Yeah, we just run up to them. Hey, you're cool.
When I don't know. Sometimes you have this expectation in your mind that isn't always met. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, we built it up high.
I did.
But then it got saved.
Yeah, so I was brought down,
Yeah.
and then you tell the Wolverine.
Well, so we finally like chased down this Wolverine kid, and it's rare because he was like 5'2", like he was a legit Wolverine, and he had the '90s the Wolverine from now style, the yellow with the blue, and then we just like first we lost him because I get sidetracked easy. My ADD goes extra, and I go one way, and you're like, all right, let's go there. But then we found him again like 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Down the hallway. So we're like, all right, let's go grab this kid.
I was pretty upset when we lost him.
Yeah, you were like, why did we chase
I was
him
like,
down?
we're breaking up again.
Yeah, and I think I literally just saw like Beetlejuice or something. I don't know. I just remember turning and being like, oh, what's that? And then the kid was just gone because he's in a hurry for things.
Yeah, he was going somewhere.
Yeah, he was beelining in. But anyway, so fast forward a few minutes later, we see the Wolverine kid again. We're like, all right, let's go up to him. And we went up to him and we're like, hey, first we just addressed really cool Wolverine, and he just that alone made his day.
Yeah.
I was just saying like really cool. And I said, oh, thanks guys, who are you? And all
Yeah.
this, talking to us, and then Jay just presents him the Funko Pop Wolverine.
The goal was to find our favorite cosplay of Wolverine, and he had the arms, like he
He
was
had the arms, the height, the hair.
the hair, like he was
Yeah.
a very comic book accurate
Yeah.
Wolverine.
So it was great. Like it was because we could have just generically given it to someone who just wore. It's like when
Like a
Meredith,
shirt.
Yeah, when Meredith tried to wear when they were trying to be Halloween outfits, and Kelly had the real like out gown from the wedding, and then
Yeah.
Meredith had like a T-shirt with like a band over it. We've seen a lot of just lazy.
Yeah,
cosplayers.
there are a lot of lazy cosplays.
But anyway, so this kid actually did really good. We were so excited. He was like, you could tell he was 17, 18. Like he was a younger lad.
But his eyes light up as we pulled out the.
Jay pulls out the thing to give it to him, and we made that kid's con.
Dude, it was so sick.
He just lit up.
Really?
He's like, I can have this. This is for me. And he just lit up, and it was there. And he's like, can I hug you guys? We're like, bring it in, man.
Yeah.
Gave him a big, massive hug.
It was awesome.
It's kind of like what we love doing. We love interacting, giving things to people, and having them like just they appreciate it.
Yeah.
We were shocked at how people just appreciate a random sticker of their character, opposed to like intricate dice or something, right?
Right.
The littlest things show that we appreciate their love because it's our love too.
Right.
So it was really cool to see some kid light up that these strange dudes with beards come up and give him a free awesome toy that he dressed as.
Yeah. So the moment I wanted to mention is there was a whole group of cosplayers doing Demon Slayer. Do you remember this one?
Of course.
It was at the end of Friday, so things are kind of closing out, and I saw them, and we'd been looking for a good
We've been
Demon
trying
Slayer.
Demon Slayer, yeah, because we'd
been looking.
Yeah.
There were a lot of like good cosplays, but not great. And then there was a great group, and so I paused them, and I was like, okay, I have a bag of like six Demon Slayer characters in here, or four. I think four or five. Anyway, so I said, whichever one I pull out is who gets the prize. And they were all like, ooh, and I pulled out. Do you remember who I pulled out?
Wasn't it the sister?
Was it Nezuko? I think it was Nezuko.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I pull out Nezuko, and she's got
My favorite one.
Yeah, she gets all super excited. Anyway, that was my favorite moment, just because it was a fun interaction with the group. That one hasn't been in a short yet, so I'll talk to our editor.
Yeah.
That would be a fun
cool
short.
thing is, as passionate as they are, sometimes it is intimidating talking to people. And
yes.
So whenever we get a group that is just so enthusiastic, it makes it even better. And they explain, oh, I'm this. Why am I this character?
Sometimes
like
it takes your full social battery just to get there in cosplay and do all that prep work. And so when people start coming at you like we do, it's not always a good thing.
Yeah, and
remember, content is consent is key.
Yeah,
that's always our joke. They had a sign that said consent is key, which is we agree with is perfect.
It's true. Yeah, I've been
but
to
we don't always read well, and I thought it said content is key,
which is also true.
Which I thought was very funny that they had an official sign that said that. I was like, wow, that is a weird thing to say. And so I kept joking about it, and Johnny's like, it says consent. And I'm like,
and coming from me with my dyslexia, like consent is key. It happens a lot in I've been with cosplayers, I've been to big events where guys just will take a picture of a girl and then walk away. Not even say like cool cosplay. They'll just be like, and then walk away, and that was it.
And you're like, I have no idea what that was for.
I've seen even someone like record a girl while she's walking, and I'm like you kind of like walking between. I'm like, just they appreciate their outfits, and they'll give you just ask.
Right.
Yeah. So it's really cool to have.
And it could be innocent, but there is that other side where there's another side of that coin where maybe exactly.
Yeah.
So
you can take our pictures. We're fine. Yeah. You can come up to us and just
we'll
flex. And if you're the handsome fetch guy, I don't know, go there. anything he wants, he gets. Hugs. All the hugs he wants.
Yeah.
And
Anything
he
for
unfollows us
our
now.
fudge, bro.
And he unfollows us.
Yeah, who knows?
He never followed us to begin with.
I think that was pretty much it on
That was
Friday.
a good Friday. Yeah. The Friday we were.
I think I said 5 cosplayers. We hit most of them.
There was a lot of the
Lord of the Rings had really good ones.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings were great. Because that's who were there.
The tower,
right?
the eye. There was a full eye.
The
Demogorgon.
Friday Nights, the Freddy.
Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, they
there were a
do
ton
really
of really good ones.
Yeah.
And last year we kept hearing people say it, and we couldn't find them. And this year we saw all of them. It's like, okay, were you here last year too? Like this is crazy.
Because they do the mechanics for it, which is super intricate.
Yeah,
so that's always a good time. It's always good to see them. A lot of them can do it, and like, oh, this took me 10 hours. Like, oh, cool, it looks great.
Yeah.
And some of them take like 5 months, and we're like, that's crazy.
It's insane how much dedication some people have. And I always like the ones that look really good, and someone's like, "Oh, I threw it together yesterday," and
you're just like,
"Wow,
honestly, that's really cool." Or they just had some pieces, and they're like, "I just merged it up and came in." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome."
We did run into one of my favorite cosplays. Is there was a guy who was dressed as a hobbit. Do you remember this?
Oh, and you kept calling him.
Well, no, I was like, "So which hobbit are you?"
Uh-huh.
And he goes, "Well, my name is Sam." And I was like, "So you're Sam?" I was like, "Yeah." But then we quizzed him. I don't know if you remember this, and the dude hit every single question out of the park. I did stump him for half a second because I asked him how many elves fought at Helm's Deep. Johnny, in the books, how many elves fought at Helm's Deep?
A lot of them. A space slot. Isn't it thousands?
No, in the books specifically.
I don't know.
One.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Legolas. So he said none because
okay.
that scene where they arrive doesn't happen in the books.
Oh, okay.
And so he goes none, and I go, oh no, that's not right. And he thinks about it, and he goes, oh, one, and he caught it. Anyway, it was a fun moment to have a nerd.
It's impressive.
I like tripping him up for a second.
We had family holidays coming up, and my uncle loves to watch our shows. My aunt and uncle, our family do support us. And he
maybe
was
our
like,
only support.
I mean, we'll take it. And he was like, he is shocked at how they get it right. He's like, you guys can never, like, it's hard to stump someone. I'm like, I know, we look it up. We have to look it up and have it detailed. And he's like, they know. I'm like, yeah, if you dress up, these nerds know what they're doing.
So leading into Saturday, I need to shame Johnny because he wasn't there on Saturday. I tried to get you there.
If
You're
Friday,
so tired. You're so
Friday was a
sleepy.
nightmare. And I'm like, if Friday's a nightmare, Saturday's gonna be a million times worse. Because you've gone
And
Saturdays
it was
without
better.
me.
It was better.
You've gone Saturdays without me, and you're just like, dude, I couldn't even walk 8 feet.
Like why? I'm glad you didn't come.
Yeah.
This year I was like, you rat.
Yeah, because then you text
jerk,
me.
why aren't you
like
here?
At 1 p.m. and you're like, it's halved. Like it was just dead.
Dude,
by
it
that
was
time.
like probably a fourth of the people less than Friday, which was crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll. And then I just went back to doing something I do.
It was fun. So I gotta hang out with my older brother who likes to come on these. So it was kind of cool to have a Saturday that was more chill, and we could we went and met a couple authors. He'd bought their full series, and
cool.
It was fun to we got some photos with the Xenomorph. That was one that we.
Oh, okay.
So he and I got a photo with the Xenomorph. And so it's fun to hang out with my brother. He won a shirt. We did some trivia with him. Dude, he did good on the trivia.
It's cool to enjoy because we don't. It's work, right, for us when we're there. Because people are like, you guys don't cosplay. We're like, no, we need to have our logo out. It's work for us. It's fun work. It's the only work we care about.
Right.
But so we don't get to enjoy the con as a pedestrian, as a muggle.
Right. It's a different kind of enjoyment.
Yeah. We get to enjoy seeing in there, but actually just walking around and or waiting in line if we wait in line for 20 minutes, that's 20 minutes where we can't do things.
Yes.
So it's really rare for us to wait in line to meet someone or to go to a panel even.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some panels that are amazing that we're just like, oh, we can't get to it because we want to find Wolverine, right?
Yes.
Which for us, that's what we do it for.
So, yeah, it was fun to interact with my brother. But
so you're gonna put the bell and I'm gonna walk in naked on the street.
Yeah. So I really wanted to shame you for not next year Johnny's gonna be there on Saturday.
Yeah, and next year you're gonna get Friday off.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we've already agreed, and we sealed it with a fist bump right now.
Boom. Wait, let's rock it and then roll it. Yeah.
One more. Snail. Okay.
Oh, and we broke up again.
Okay. What I was going to tell you on Saturday, though, is I interviewed the So you were talking about these nerds knowing their trivia, and I interviewed this. You've probably seen it, the Star Wars kid that I interviewed. It was so funny because Liza and I shot maybe 4 videos that whole day, but there was this really cool Star Wars guy, and it was in a really quiet corner. I was like, we got to talk to him. We got to do it. I prepped all this trivia. We got to at least do a quick interview. And I was like, I wish Johnny was here. I told Liza that probably 10 times. Anyway, but as I'm asking him these questions, and he is hitting every single...
he did not miss a beat.
No, it was so
Sometimes
funny.
when we interview people, they're just on the spot. We get on the spot and we panic.
Yeah.
And he was just rapid fire.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. But the best part was I should have asked people in the comments. I'm asking hard questions, and people in the comments are like, "Ask harder questions." I could get all these, and I'm like, "Okay, calm down."
Find us next con, and
Yes.
we will love to ask you the hard. Really, we're
Yeah.
around. Send us. We'll do better at reading our
What's the name
Instagram
of
stuff.
the comment in this video? What's the name of the planet the Rebel
Don't
hidden base
Google.
is on? Yeah, the Rebel hidden base.
Yeah.
Do you know it?
Do you know?
Oh, I know.
Okay, good. Yeah. Did
But
you
only
know?
because I prepped trivia.
So that's If you think it's too easy, come find us. We'll love to stump you.
The hard one that always gets me is people ask how many forms of languages can C-3PO speak?
Wasn't that 3,000, right?
It's like 6 million.
Oh, that's right.
But it always stumps me because it's like, maybe it's 4.2 million or something. It's in the millions and it's some number and I can never remember it. But I am fluent in over 4 million forms of communication. I think it's 4.
Okay.
Final answer, 4 million.
Okay. Better than my thousands.
Yeah, thousands. Probably thousands. That was not a good answer.
Well, we only speak like English. Why does it matter? Like all the movies are only in one language, so he only needs like 100 more than that. It's
Yeah.
fine.
So the other thing, did you ever visit Star Wars Land?
No, I never
So
been out.
tucked in to where the wrestlers were last year. So if you're heading towards Celebrity Row and hitting a hard left
Gotcha, that back part.
before,
I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah. So and Dragon Steel was right there too.
Okay.
So
the
anyway,
Brandon Sanderson.
but when you go past
area.
it, they had this really cool setup for Star Wars where they had like the Emperor throne room where you got to sit.
Really?
Yeah, dude, there was so much.
did not
I
take
was so
advantage of it.
bummed.
Yeah.
Well, we were so busy. We did such a good
Like
job.
I said, we are really good about interacting, so we don't get enjoy.
I needed
like,
Friday off,
Yeah.
and you needed to come Saturday. So it was a.
We'll finally.
We're shaming each other.
Yeah. Third time's the charm on this one.
Yes, dude, it was so good. Anyway, so there was all these Star Wars things, and that was what he was part of. They had all these volunteers for the Star Wars booth, and
Because his cosplay looked really well.
yeah, he's probably part of the 501st or something. You know, I don't know. I don't remember.
So he's a nerd, my kind of people.
Dude, yeah. So it was really fun to interview him, and I even did this portion you probably saw where it was like finish the phrase, and dude would not skip a beat. He could finish every line.
I was shocked at how just great he is.
Dude, baller, yeah. So if you know who you are, if you know who you are,
Do
if
you know-
are this
I don't know who
person,
I am.
I don't know who he was. I didn't get his info, and people have been asking in our DMs like who he was because they want to follow him
Yeah.
because he was he's
Yeah.
an icon.
Yeah,
So
he's eccentric
can you
enough.
comment if you're watching this? Can you comment and let us know who you are? So we'll
And then find us again next year. We'll stump you.
We should find him next year and just let
we
him know
will
that.
find him
Like,
next year.
can people follow you? Can we give out your
Yeah.
handle?
And then we'll stump him.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. He's gonna be good, but I'm excited. I'm gonna have some really
Yeah.
we're gonna have
Tough
some
ones.
tough ones. Yeah.
Where you have to find it in like the lore of the lore.
Oh my,
of the
we're not
lore.
gonna do that. Did you watch Clone Wars? What is the third word spoken in the Clone Wars series?
And
It's
he
like
gets it
I
right.
don't know. I
he
know.
gets it right. I will just give him my shirt off my back and be like, "You won, dude. You take over the cast now."
Pretty much. And the great thing about you and me is that we have like we're nerd osmosis, so we're involved in all of the things.
Yeah,
we
we're
love
the
all of
umbrella
it.
nerds. We're an umbrella nerd. Yeah, we
So
fall under everything.
we're not that specific. Like you and I would never cosplay as well, we would cosplay, but never like we would never be like in a booth like that because it's too specific for us.
Yeah, we would be like nerdom booth.
Yeah.
Generic nerdom booth.
We want to run into I just blanked on his name. Bender. We want to run into Bender one
Yeah.
second, and then the next second be in the Star Wars booth, and the next second Dragon Steel,
And then
be at their
Wolverine's out of
con.
nowhere. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we want it all.
Yeah, that's where we live.
We don't want to limit ourselves.
No,
not
and-
as if they do. I'm not saying that you do, but I'm just saying
And because we always get angry when people
you
go
only
like,
have so much bandwidth.
"You guys Marvel or DC?" Right? We love them both.
Oh, we're DC. Don't,
I know,
don't
but
lie.
we love them both.
Yes,
though.
yeah.
You can't hate them. Movies,
But it's
Marvel wins.
51-49.
Yeah, but we still love them.
Yeah.
Star Trek?
I'm Star Wars, but I still love Star Trek.
Yeah, see? 51-49.
And you're my big Star Trek guy because there's a lot I don't know.
Yeah, I'm more next gen. I know that.
Yeah,
really well,
Picard.
but none of that, I'm like,
I know the originals well enough, the originals.
yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Biggest regret or anything, any ugly part of the con that you didn't like besides the familiar room?
The Familiar Room is the worst thing I've ever seen. I actually kind of like
I was
it,
just
though.
going to ask you a quick GBM before we jump into trivia.
So good. The good is always the con. It's just good. Right?
Yeah, the whole thing.
The bad was that we do have competitions. We got to put up our game. 'Cause there's
I
people
liked
interviewing.
Yeah, I liked our competition. They
It
were
was
so
good.
nice.
They were super cool.
Yeah.
I was just kidding about that. The bad is just a familiar room because we talked to them in the
Dude,
familiar room. And it
what
was
the
funny.
heck? It was so depressing.
I mean, and the whole aura is nerdy. That's what I loved about it.
Oh.
Like you can sit next to somebody. So in the foyer, you can just sit next to someone, turn to them, and you'll have something in common.
Yeah.
No matter what. And that's what I've always loved about FanX.
Dude, so my brother talked about this. He went to a different convention. He didn't go to a different. He was in town and as another convention was going on that was nothing like Nerdom. It was like a outdoorsman convention.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he said that someone cut him off and like flipped him off, and he was as he's driving, he's like, that never would have happened at FanX. Like people are so welcoming, they're so kind.
They're just happy to be around each other.
Whereas the sportsman guys, there's like 4,000 trucks, and they're just maybe he didn't flip him off, but he definitely got cut off, and he was just like, or wouldn't let him in. There was some negative experience. It was probably my brother, flipping people off, whatever. Who knows? No, I'm kidding. Don't listen. Hopefully, didn't make it this far into the movie.
Wait, don't you control the editing? I know.
Okay, are you ready for trivia?
Let's do it.
Okay, do you have some for me?
Yeah. What do you want to do? I'll
I
put
don't
Star
care.
Wars for you then.
Okay.
Let me. We came super prepared. No, let's go DC because you literally claimed about DC.
Oh, great.
Okay.
No, these are hard. I remember you. Okay, whatever. All right, I'm gonna go first.
Okay, fine.
All right, what is Loki the god of?
Trickery.
Trickery's good. It's not that. Begins with an M.
Mischief.
Yeah, mischief. That's good.
Yeah.
Who all has lifted Thor's hammer?
Cap, Thor, Lady Thor, Red Hulk. Not Red Hulk?
I don't think so.
I think
sorry,
Red Hulk
in the MCU.
Oh, okay.
So this is
I went
MCU
comics.
specific.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So Thor, Cap, Lady Thor.
Yes.
Loki never did.
No.
Yeah, am I missing one?
So think family members of Thor, besides Loki.
Odin?
Odin?
Odin has?
Yeah.
What about his mom?
No.
Okay. I guess
And you're missing
Odin.
one family
Oh,
member.
what's his sister's name?
Hela.
Hela. Hela did it, right? Yeah. I love Hela. It's my
And you're missing one. If an elevator lifts the hammer, does it work?
Oh.
So who are you missing? Who's the elevator in this scenario?
Is it Stark?
No. It's Vision.
Oh, Vision?
Because he's a robot.
Oh.
But he does lift the hammer.
He does lift it?
Yeah, in
Is it in not the?
It's in the second one, Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. He does pick it up. The one I don't watch a lot of.
Can you give me Black Widow's last name?
Natasha. Oh dang.
See, this is. I wanted to do this. What's that?
No, this is hard. Like once you think of it.
Yeah, it's
me the
tough
first letter,
when you're on the spot. R.
Romanoff.
Yeah, very good.
You think I would know my Eastern European women?
Yeah, seriously.
Let's do this. I got it.
This is gonna be a tough one. But have you watched your Winter Soldier lately?
No.
Okay. What is Nick Fury's middle initial?
F.
That's what you're thinking.
I know. That'd be funny. Nick F. Fury. I don't know. M. Like what?
No, it's J.
Really?
Fury, Nicholas J.
Is it just J-A-Y?
Confirmed.
Is that why you love it?
Yeah. So you have to think of the elevator voice, like on whose authority? Fury, Nicholas J. Does that sound familiar? His little and rewatch Winter Soldier, and you'll see it.
Okay, that's right. That's when he's trying to get out. That's my favorite one too.
All right, I'm gonna give you one more.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Besides "I am Groot," what is the only other phrase you have heard Groot say?
Oh dang it, Groot. No, he says.
Besides "I am Groot."
I know, but I was gonna say he just said Groot.
No.
What else did he said?
At the end of Guardians, he goes, "We
are Groot."
Groot. You have to end on a. Let me find one that.
I don't love Guardians that much. Hint to our next cast.
All right. Who is the parent of Wanda Maximoff? The father.
Is it in the MCU? Do they talk about it?
Because
I know it's Magneto, but I don't know if they talk about it.
Okay, that was what I wanted.
Yeah, I don't know if they talk about it.
That
in
might
the
not
MCU.
be. Yeah.
Because it's.
So I was thinking comic books more on that one.
But
sorry.
we'll take it. Yeah, it's Magneto. They never say her mom though.
I know.
Weird. Best. Okay, who's the best Quicksilver ever?
Evan Peters.
Right. Not MCU.
No.
The only thing they did right.
He wasn't great. Yeah, dude. The X-Men Quicksilver is far and out the best speedster ever put to film.
Okay.
And it's not close.
Let's do. I'll start easy with you.
Okay.
What was the name of Superman's first comic book?
Action Comics.
Yeah. See, here we go. Number 1. Action Comics number 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
who's in charge of Task Force X or Suicide Squad? Or
I know who she is. I know Batman hates her. I don't know her name.
Amanda Waller.
Thank you, Waller.
Yeah, because it's Waller, so it's hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's only because it's tradition for us.
But I know it was a woman.
Yeah. Who graduates the role of Nightwing?
To the role of Nightwing?
Yeah, who's Nightwing?
Oh, it's Dick Grayson.
Yeah, see, that's
course.
how, and that's backstory. That's how we started a whole cast.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I love Dick Grayson.
We talked about the Robins, and we talked about it for like an hour. And
Yeah.
we were like, hey.
And Dick Grayson is far not the best one. He's the Teen Titans Robin, just FYI, in the cartoon show. That's Dick Grayson.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Dick Grayson is the
And Nightwing
first
is-
Robin.
Oh, he's so good.
And then so he becomes Robin, and then it's not Tim Drake. Tim Drake, is he the second Robin?
Jason Todd's one of them too.
Yeah, he becomes
Red
Hood.
Yeah.
He's just bonkers.
Yeah.
The worst one is Damian Wayman, I think. In my
Oh,
book. He's
yeah.
just full of himself.
For a second, I thought you were gonna go sexist there and say it was Batgirl. That the worst one was
No.
Barbara Gordon, and I was like, Melissa's about to kill you.
Oh no, are you kidding?
Barbara's
she
so
was
good.
never Robin though. The female Robin, Stephanie Brown.
Oh, okay. I got my wires crossed. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No,
I thought she was Robin. Just
No.
Batgirl?
She was only Batgirl.
Okay.
And she was never Batwoman because that was Wayne's cousin. Which I
Nerd, dude.
Nerd, I know.
You're taking so far on the Bat family.
I'm telling you.
I was feeling
Bat
good.
fam,
I was
the
feeling
Bat
good
fam.
with my Jason Todd poll, and here
No,
you
the
are,
Bat
just like,
fam's hard.
Alfred, Alfred's the butler, right?
Alfred Pennyworth is really. Okay, here's the one that always throws me off. Okay, and this is a hard one. But what is the name of the villain who killed Batman's parents?
Like, are you talking about the old Batman film? Because there's
Let's just go he's the most
like the
agreeable one. Like if
the
you were
one that's most
if you're supposed
consensus.
to pull who did it because they rename him.
I don't know, Carmine Falcone. I know it's not that.
Yeah, Joe Chill.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a hard one to remember.
I hate that like you know when something like hurts your head
Yeah.
when you hear it. Joe Chill.
That
yeah.
one always throws me off because you always want to say something else, or you want to
Or
say
like the Joker.
The Joker who kind of but they try to tie.
But
in
that's
the
from
origin
like
story.
the Tim
Yeah.
Burton one.
And then the Dark Knight trilogy. It's it's someone just who goes put to jail.
Yeah, is that not Tim?
Is that Joe Chill?
It might be.
Because they're a little bit more on it. But that one always throws me off. Like I have to triple Google that one. Okay, let's I'll
Give me
put
two more. How's that?
Okay. I'll give you an easy one. What's
Okay.
Barry Allen's job?
He's a forensic scientist.
Okay, now the hard one. Name the original 7 members of the Justice League.
Dang.
Yeah.
So this is OG7. So you
Yeah.
can't like mix and match.
No. I mean, there's
So
only like 2
one,
wild cards.
the wild card that always gets me is Martian Manhunter.
Oh, yeah.
So he is one?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
a question. See how I phrased it to make sure that I got it?
Yeah, you.
I was
You've
just,
done this
yeah.
before.
No.
That doesn't count. I was just saying what I don't
yeah.
remember.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to
So-
be more tough.
All right, let's start with the easy ones. Since I got the hard one, let's jump back to easy.
Because we got Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, so Wonder Woman,
Uh-huh.
Green Lantern,
Yep.
Batman, Superman.
Uh-huh.
So I got 2 more. Flash is obviously one of the founders. Okay, and then this is the other tricky one for me. I'm going to go with Aquaman.
Yeah.
It is?
It's Aquaman.
Oh, thank
I
goodness.
always forget Manhunter and Aquaman because Aquaman's never there. But
Martian Manhunter is a tough pull because he's not always, like, I've seen versions where he's not one of them.
no,
and then
he's,
same
and
with
he's
Aquaman.
So overpowered too.
Because some people
Super
will
OP.
say it's Cyborg instead.
They'll put Cyborg over him sometimes, but that's because of the Teen Titans affiliation, and he just
Yeah,
goes up.
it's just, but
And
like,
Cyborg isn't
even
hit.
in the most recent Justice League film, it's Cyborg. It's
Cyborg,
not Martian
it's not
Manhunter.
Yeah. So that one is really hard, and there's no Aquaman.
Yeah.
There's Aquaman in it. No, that's all of them. Yeah, there's no Green Lantern in the new Justice League.
Yes. Who did they replace him with? Or is there just 6?
I think there's just
just
6. Yeah. They should have had another one, but there's just the foundation to put in, or maybe they're.
Remember on the posters they said Unite the 7 Seas or Unite the 7? It's like, okay, but like
But there's not there. Yeah.
there's not 7. Unless I'm misremembering.
No, 'cause it's Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Aquaman,
Cyborg.
Cyborg.
Yeah.
6. Unless you want to say, let me use that.
Oh, the post-credit scene where Martian Manhunter flies across the lake, that doesn't count.
That's true, because then he goes and he talks to.
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
And that's in also the Zack Snyder cut. It's not even in the one that made it to post production. So
Who are we missing then?
that was it. I mean, unless it's Martian Manhunter at the end of that, they don't put one in. Technically, the renditions go through all of them, but that's the 7. That's the original like comic book ones.
Oh, all right. Sorry, you have to deal with this, but Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg,
In the movies, Flash,
and then
Aquaman.
Oh, Green Lantern was the other missing one. So they only had 6.
Yeah, there's no Green Lantern.
It was yeah, how do you miss Green Lantern?
I still think people are just soured with
Ryan Reynolds. His movie's not that bad.
And the thing
it was
is-
from a time frame of an era where that was
And
okay.
And that wasn't even the real Green Lantern. That was the OG one because that's
Yeah.
Jon Stewart, not.
Well, I think Hal Jordan is officially number one.
I thought it was Jon Stewart. Really?
Yeah, because I think Hal Stewart came out in the 40s.
Oh, okay.
Hal Stewart.
You combined them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hal Jordan came out in the 40s.
So he was the original one. Okay, that makes sense.
But Jon Stewart's the better one.
Yeah,
we all know.
Because he's just you can't have. Okay, so there was, I think it was Justice League. There was one of them where it was the voice of, who does Castle? What's his name?
Johnny Bernthal.
No. The oh, this is why I hate not having
Not
our
Frank
producer.
Castle. I wasn't wrong. That's
Yeah.
Punisher.
No, Castle, the TV show.
Oh, I
didn't
didn't watch
Firefly.
Castle. I didn't watch Castle.
I know the actor does Firefly. He's the best friends with Alan
The new
Tudyk.
Green Lantern guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. He's on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, they take a picture of him. I'm trying to, and he's like one of my favorite actors.
I know.
I forget his name.
Dude, I'm blanking on it too.
But he-
If I say random noises, will you remember?
No, it's good. Okay, so nerds,
Someone
we
help
lost
me.
that. Yeah, nerds, comment now. We can't read it. This would be the time where you would be looking at the camera and finding out who it is. And
I
be
know.
like, oh, it just came to me. And
How
it
about
came to me.
I'm looking at this
well, dude,
trivia.
so the whole point of this is, he was the comic relief with the Flash, Wally West Flash, and it worked fine. But you can't have him too many comic relief versions.
Nathan Fillion.
Jeez,
Dude, how is that so difficult?
God, he's my favorite.
I know.
And I'm glad I remember.
He was just in Guardians. He's in Firefly. He's in.
Yeah.
He's on the Rookie. He's in I could
Yeah.
name everything he's in, but
And he's from our favorite actor of all time, Alan Thicke. Like they're best friends.
Oh my
Tudyk,
gosh.
yeah,
Alan Tudyk, yeah.
Tudyk, yeah. Just like.
And you pulled out Tudyk's name, but
I
not
know.
his.
Our,
Yeah.
our hierarchy of like who we want to interview, like our top 5, Alan's always on it.
Oh, yeah.
So
Killian Allen. Killian's too big now,
Yeah.
but Killian Allen, yeah. As if they are not
and we
all
always
too
want to
big.
interview Zachary Levi Chuck just because he's a big nerd.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then the site. We want to interview everybody. Who are we kidding?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they were over comic relieved. So that's
Yeah.
why I get why they had to put in Jon Stewart just to offset a little bit of a stabilization.
Still,
Big tangent to say.
it's weird
Get
that
it
we
right.
still haven't had a Jon Stewart though. That we're gonna jump right to this other no-name. Anyway, blah, blah, blah.
Our next cast.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about.
We'll
yeah.
talk about stuff. But yeah, all in all,
Dude.
10s on FanX. Back to why we got into this.
Yeah, FanX, and that was some of the trivia. So if you remember, maybe we'll ask it again next year. But
Yeah, and as you can tell, we're amazing at trivia nights. So
so we can judge you hardcore when you
and
can't
you
come up
actually
with
even
it.
come up and stump us. Try to stump us. They'll definitely stump
That'd be
us.
fun.
Yeah, we'll reverse roll it. They'll definitely stump us. It won't be.
Do you remember? Okay, all right. Quick aside: we had this video that had like 25,000 views of this guy who's doing Marvel trivia, and he starts like naming like these crazy planets and all this stuff, all this nuts trivia.
Yeah.
And all the comments are like, "This guy could be using his brain for medicine, like for science." Like
He needs to be using it for good. And we're like, no, for nerdom.
like, yeah, it was so funny.
Yeah, because we asked something like, it was a little obscure, and he goes, oh, in the comics, it was, and we're like, what? You lost us, man. We weren't even on the same.
Yeah, it was.
Like, we couldn't even, like,
we
Google
asked what
this.
Cap's shield is, and he goes, "Well, it's vibranium, but in the comics, it's a vibranium adamantium."
That they found on the planet,
Yeah.
so-and-so, which is actually, and we're like,
Are you talking about the X-Men planet?
Yeah, we go.
Because I think that we asked where someone was from. And he's like, "Oh, do you mean this X-Men planet?"
and we're like, yes, we did mean that. Yes, sir.
Oh.
We just repeat what they say, and we know what we're talking about.
Any final thoughts on FanX?
No, it was great. We can't wait to go again. Hint, hint, FanX for the press badges. Really do appreciate it. Like,
Oh my gosh! Shoot shout out to FanX.
When we start this, like our goals were simple, was just to go to places for free and have fun. And
Yeah.
we've been living that lately. So
Dude, it's been incredible.
we've been for it.
We're super grateful. Like, I'm always humbled when we get into these. Like, when I walk past all the lines and you've got the press badge for me. And
I mean, to be nerdy, we do get a little sigh. So there's a long line to get in the first day to get your passes.
Yeah.
And then even after the other day, there's kind of a line to get in, and we get the back door. But
oh, it's so nice.
we love it. Because
Dude.
we just kind of walk in and show them, and they open up the door. Because we get to know the ushers on purpose. We're like,
Yeah.
we'll see you tomorrow. Here's a sticker, or we'll give them some swag or something.
Yeah.
And then when we come in, they open the door for us, and we'll just like,
I
we
love
will,
it so
we will go
much.
to our room of shame for 10 minutes.
I love it so much.
It really is like the authority we feel that we have.
Yeah. So thank you. Huge shout out to FanX.
FanX, nice.
Shout out to the Knights. We love interacting with
Yeah.
them. It's so much fun.
And then if you did see us last year and we didn't have time, come find us. We're always around there.
Yeah.
We'll be together so you can recognize us.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you Knights next year at FanX, and we'll catch you on the flippity flop.
Flippity flip.